Hey family, good afternoon. Good afternoon everybody. Good afternoon. How is everybody? Uh it's a lot going on, It's your man Lord. Thank you for tuning in today. You know what I'm saying? It's your man Lord. I'm here with you again. You gotta forgive me. Sun's right here in my back. It's a good spot for me right now, so I'm just enjoying. I'm soaking up the sun like a snake on a rock right now, you dig? So I really don't want to move, but I'm gonna try not to move around too much. So, the sun, boom, that happens. You know what I mean? But if it's too dark, you don't really need to see me anyway. I ain't no pretty dude. You feel me? I'm alright. Yeah. But I don't have a complex. You dig? People look better than me. People look worse than me. Some people love me though. Promise you that. But listen to this right here, man. We're not doing a today in history, this day in history. Forgive me for that. It's been a lot of hiccups with my channel. I'm learning. You dig what I'm saying? I'm learning. This is what this whole process is about. I'm learning. And last week, I got cut off before I could, some kind of way. The channel had cut me off before I finished, so that wasn't a giveaway last week. So forgive me for that as well. This week, also, there's an issue with the giveaway, only because I've been so busy, I hadn't had enough time to really, go out and select, this is what I'm gonna, bring to the table this week, this type of thing. I hadn't been able to do that, but giving out cash, cash prizes. Next best thing anyway, right? Okay. Our continuing topic, North Carolina's criminal justice system. I'm giving you guys a peek behind the curtain. It's not interesting to a lot of people. I understand that. I dig that. Go on TikTok, do what you do, whatever. All right. No love lost. But for those of y'all that come across this on the gram, on YouTube, wherever you see my face, check me out. You know what I'm saying? Check me out. I'm spitting fire. To be honest with you, spitting real jewels out. You know what I'm saying? And the very first one I want to spit out today, I'm gonna elaborate. I'm gonna build upon something I dropped last week. If you're in the state of North Carolina, okay, if you're in the state of North Carolina and you've ever been incarcerated, get together, start reaching out to people through these social media channels. Get together and get you an attorney, because 99.9% of the time, like on Maury, you know what I'm saying, you've been taken advantage of civilly. Your constitutional rights has been broken. It's a lot of things that you could get paid for. So you need to get an attorney, get you a class action. That means a bunch of you get together and sue the state of North Carolina, sue the city that you're in, the city or town, wherever you're in, whatever you've been in, if you took it to trial. Even if you play, let me back that up. Let me rewind that for real second. Let me just say this right here. Even if you took plea bargains, signed no contest, pleas into trial courts, whatever you've done, I'm gonna go ahead and scrap that, just the jury trial thing. Whatever you've done, if you've done time in this state, because that works as well. Trust me when I tell you, you want to get your class action against wherever you're at. Get it against the state, get it against your city, your town, whatever, because they've violated your constitutional rights. Okay? Bounds, the case of Bounds, it says that anybody incarcerated in the state deserves, under constitutional protections, deserves to have the right to an attorney. And if there's no attorney appointed to you, we end up going to court with these public defenders. They get us with these public defenders. But once you get on state, because the public defender is going to send you to prison. There's no question in my mind, unless Well, it's very few cases, but for the majority of the time, you're going to prison. Okay, so when you go to prison, this is where the Bounds Law kicks in. The verdict came back that each and every person confined deserves to have an opportunity to have redress, to have what they call it, MAR, emotional appropriate relief, filed in your name to see if there are any errors in your case. Okay, so by them snatching the law library out of the prisons, you don't have an opportunity, you don't have access to the courts, which is a constitutional law violation. It's a direct violation of constitutional law. There's no, maybe it did, no, it's a direct violation. It's 99.9% accurate violation of your constitutional rights. They did not give you access to courts, and because they did not, you can win some money. You got to sue the state. I don't care what these little sham lawyers, don't go get no little sham lawyer, because they're going to be like, oh no, they're going to give you all this, they're going to blow smoke, just like these damn public defenders did. They're going to blow all this smoke and give you all this runaround. I'm going to tell you, my public defender did to me, oh my God, this is what I call gangster. The man come and told me, well, look, Mr. Williams, if you don't give me a certain amount of thousands of dollars, there's nothing I can do. But if you were white, I can get you off of house arrest today. And I'm like, yo, this is the sham charges, man. You already know. He's like, well, unfortunately, the criminal justice system doesn't work like that. And so I'm like, I'm a young man. I don't know. I don't know how the criminal justice system works. Okay? But he tells me straight up, if you give me this amount of money, I'll get you out of here. But if you don't, I'm going to send you to prison. I mean, it's just that and he wasn't a public defender. You see what I'm saying? So my thing was, well, listen, if it's like that, just get me on the street and I'll get you the money. I can't get you the money sitting in here. Okay, but like we said, the criminal justice system doesn't work like that. I just didn't know it. Somebody should have told me, and a lot of other people don't know it, because the prisons are full throughout North Carolina. The jails are full, waiting to send people to prison throughout North Carolina. So if you've been in prison, or you're in prison right now, get your people, get together, and like I said before on the previous live, there are a few other what they call them case laws that deal with the same thing as Bounds. I spoke about this just a little bit last week. I just wanted to elaborate on it. I wanted to throw it out there. You guys need to get together, get you a class action against the state. You see what I'm saying? Because they've been really doing us dirty, and I feel like if you have family members that are attorneys or that are connected with attorneys, that would be the best bet. Get one and reach out to other people and help them also. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be like, I'm gonna just go do this for myself, because we need to stop the sham. We need to stop this. You know what I mean? The only way you're gonna really make a person, hit them in the pockets. That's my philosophy. You gotta hit somebody in the pockets. You can do whatever to me. All right, okay, cool. But this is my retaliation. This is how, you remember I said before, there's no such thing as right and wrong. There's only truth and consequences. So you can do whatever you want to do, but there's always a consequence behind your actions. So when these type of people, or any type, when these people do different things, hit them in the pockets. You know what I'm saying? Stop that money flow. Change some things around. You dig what I'm saying? Change some things around, because when you stop the money flow, people actually have to hold up. This damn guy right here. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a class action with a lot of guys, and it ain't just about, because some people, and I don't want to throw it out there to sound like I'm judging, criticizing, or none of that. I don't want to. No, we're not doing that. All I'm saying is the truth. The truth is, some guys really want to be in prison. Some guys thrive better in prison than they can out here in this environment. And I don't want to take anything away from them. And I'm not trying to take it. I'm talking about the people that are out there struggling, out there hurting. Their families been broken up, been torn apart, because this is what lawmakers and politicians do. Bill Clinton, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. This is how these people have risen to the top of the ranks. They've been incarcerating people by breaking their families up, just tearing their families apart, putting people in these prisons so that they can get slave labor out of these inmates, out of these prisoners, out of these convicts. They've been doing this so they could get free slave labor to continue to build their country up. So now, all the women are out here that have been working all these jobs all these years because the men are in prison, and now they got these big Tahoes and these big Jeeps and these big trucks and these big Lexuses and Mercedeses and whatever. I salute you all. I salute you all. Because it was our fault. We let them do it in the first place. Our fault, the men. We let them do it in the first place. But now, what I'm doing right here, right now, is I'm telling you how they've been doing it. They've been taking your children from the beginning. Okay? You remember I told you they're creating generational slaves out of the children. They start them off early. Frankenstein. And replace that brilliant black mind, that intelligent mind, full of melanin, full of connections with the Akashic records and the ancients and the elders and the, you know what I'm saying? With the intellect of the world, with the mind of the world, with the collective conscience of the whole world, and they've been tampering with it and they've been making Frankensteins out of our children. I was that Frankenstein. I was one of them. Oh my God, I could tell you some stories about things I've done growing up because I thought this was how we were supposed to live. And that's how we were living. That's how we still live. They created savages out of us. Those barbarians, those savages, those people that eat people, they made Frankensteins out of us. Took our minds and put their minds inside of here. That's what they have been doing. Your children. But again, I say that I already accept the fact now. I know now, as a grown man, as an intelligent God man, God-fearing man, I know now that they did that to me as well as they're doing it to your children. And I know and accept that some of you don't care because you see it as this is an easy way to live. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not judging. And again, I'm not judging. I'm not criticizing. I'm not telling you you're wrong for doing any of this. There's no right and wrong. What I'm saying is I'm pointing out a problem. I'm telling you that there is a problem. And if you're an intelligent enough person, or if you've just been through this shit for so many years with your family member or yourself, then you know that what I'm saying is true, and you will deal accordingly. You will carry yourself accordingly. Once you know that there's a problem, now you automatically know, your mind, your brain automatically it goes to that level. That here's a problem, I need to fix it. I need to correct this problem. That's just how our minds work. But if we don't see a problem, if we're blind to the fact, which anyway, I want to get up to date. Every week I keep saying that I'm going to drop these names. I'm going to drop some real life examples on you of people that they buried in prison and let it rot in there. Some of them finally made it out. Some of them died in there. Some of them are still in there. But these people, they buried in prison, and they know they were innocent. They know they were not guilty. They know this. They know this. But they buried them in there. Let me give you some example. I know every week I say that. I'm going to drop these on you. I'm going to drop a few on you. I'm saying you probably can Google it, whatever, but I want you to, I'm going to give you the stories, the real stories behind the Google, you know what I'm saying, the Google reviews, you know what I'm saying. You can Google somebody and there's anything to pop up, because these people have been controlling. How have they been doing it? Through capturing the intellect of the youth. Because I wonder, as a grown man now, like, why did not, because they've been creating generational slaves. Willie Lynch came through. He came from Jamaica, and he said, I'm going to show you how to create a dead black brain in these people for 500 years or better, and that's what has happened. He's created that dead black brain, and so now as a grown man, I can say that, oh wow, this is what you did to me. My cousins that were younger than me, that I had to bury, brothers and sisters and uncles and aunts that had been through. So anyway, I'm not gonna get emotional. I'm not gonna get into all of that today. What I'm gonna get into today is these slave patrols, what you call police officers. These slave patrols, they were also known back in those days as patrollers, paddy rollers. They were known by many different names, but they were patrol forces who patrolled the slaves. At this time, they weren't against white people. They weren't against each other, even though there were different factions of white people. Remember, I always told you, white people are always different now. Even though a lot of these factions, they are just families from when the Roman Empire, it didn't collapse. The Roman Empire didn't break down like that. What it did, it was just so big that these families, they just started forming their own factions. They broke into different factions. You know what I'm saying? French, the Irish, the English, on and on and on, the Spanish, whatever, the Italians, Visigoths, but they broke into different factions, you know what I'm saying? And so these are still the Romans. These people are. The same people that persecuted and tortured Jesus are the same people now that are the same people. Man, I should record this. I should show you guys this shit. Acting up like that. I love that shit. And it's not just one nationality. You know what I'm saying? United we stand, you dig? Coming soon. United we stand. Anyway, check me out. These slave patrollers, what they were at the time when they originally formed, they were organized groups of armed men who monitored and enforced discipline upon the slaves of the antebellum. Armed men, okay? Now they said that the slave patrols existed during the pre-constitutional era, okay? That's because slavery was accepted as a legitimate legal institution at the time, during the pre-constitutional era. So from 1727 to 1785, militiamen in Virginia, they received compensation from the public. The public was paying them. The public are the slave owners, slave holders, businessmen. They were paying these people for their service in the slave patrols. They were considered as performing a governmental function at the time, a police type of function for the protection of these people, these other people, these owners and holders of slaves. Okay? So this caught on greatly as the American South relied almost exclusively on slave labor. This is what they thrived off. This is the only way they lived, off of slave labor. The only way. Without this, they would have never made it. Without us healing them through natural remedies, through natural herbs, and this type of thing, they would have never survived in this country. It's crazy to say, but white Southerners, they still lived in even with how torturous and barbarous they were, they still lived in a constant state of fear of slave rebellion, of slave, the Indians kind of did it differently, you know what I'm saying? They wait till your ass go to sleep and slice your throat. They would poison your food, you know what I'm saying? They were different. I take my hat off to the Indian. Those were our brothers as well. Those were our brothers. We were here together. Some of us was here before these different nationalities of white people, and some of the Indians were here for the different nationalities of white people. A lot of us were here. I'm just saying that not some. A lot of us were already here, throughout this country. and they were our brothers. You know what I'm saying? Some of us went through the Latin corridors. Some of us stayed in these Americas. Some of us went up into the Canadian border, up and through the Canadian part of the country. You know, we were all over the place, and we were family. We were brothers. You know, to be honest. And but anyway. But even with that, these Southerners, they still lived in a near constant fear of slave rebellions that would disrupt the their money flow, the economic status quo. You dig what I'm saying? So this made these makeshift police officers like local heroes among these terrorists, which I call them. That's what they were. They were fucking terrorists. They were terrorists. You know. So we were quick to label another country that does these same things now. They carry out these same traits now. We are quick to call them terrorists. So I call these people terrorists because it's the same damn thing. But anyway, so the national law enforcement, if you get on your computer, get on your phone, get on your laptop, your iPad, whatever, you'll see that the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund. Have you ever heard of them? Of course you haven't. But you will see that they proudly display these facts for everyone to see on their webpage, on their little site. Because the ideology is still the same. Okay? It's still the same. From 1700s to the 2000s to 2020s. It's still the same. They admit that these patrols were one of the earliest and most prolific forms of early policing in the South, and that these kidnappers, torturers, and human traffickers actually allowed the common man to take up his reins, so to speak, and to become a murderer of these blacks, of these slaves, or what they said was property. But they allowed the common man to become a murderer or a torturer or some type of sadistic assailant, whatever they wanted to call themselves, whatever you can label them anything. Anything heinous involved, because that's what they were. So, but there are three main functions of these patty rollers. Were one, to chase down, apprehend, and return the runaway slave. But because these people now have now become murderers and torturers and all these different heinous things, and they get to unleash their savagery. Because I told you, these are the same people that's eating people. They would come to a piece of land and see it, and they would eat people, rape, torture, pillage. That's what they were doing. But they would chase down, apprehend, and return these runaway slaves. Number two, they would provide a form of organized terror. Okay? They would provide a form of organized terror to deter, so what they say, to deter slave rebellion, to deter slave revolts. Okay? But you remember what I told you about Hitler. Hitler did the same damn thing. He used to pay local little youths in the neighborhood that didn't have shit. I'm gonna give y'all some bread, yo. All you gotta do, terrorize them old motherfuckers over there. Go get that little group of women on hard time. We'll give y'all some money. So then, when I come through, hey, what's wrong with you? Why y'all looking all down? You look like them goddamn little kids over here, little bastards, man, they goddamn tore down the store, they burnt up. Well, if you just put me in office, I'll clean all this shit up for you. It was an ingenious little trick. It was good. The devil, remember what they said, your book says, your good book? It says the devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And a lot of times, we know who he is. We know who's using it. We know who he manifests himself through. And we all will still follow behind these people. That's why I was telling you the other week, I need to start watching out who you following behind, man. Real spit. Money, all money ain't good money. I'm gonna leave that right there. But number two, to provide a form of organized terror. That was their function. That was these police function. That was the police's function. This is why they were created, to provide the police. Oh, we serve and protect on the side of the car. They were formed to provide organized terror. And the number three thing is to maintain a form of discipline for slave workers. To maintain a form of discipline. So what is the discipline that they're maintaining? They maintain a form of discipline for slave workers who were subject to summary justice. And summary justice, as we will learn today, it means outside of the law. Summary justice is outside of the law. This is not legal shit that they're doing. So the discipline, the form of discipline that they're maintaining is they get to be savages. They get to do all kind of barbaric shit because that's what's in them. And they try to make everybody in the world seem like, oh, well, it's just a human thing. Not everybody is evil. Not everybody goes through life doing evil and chaotic and just disruptive shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody didn't do that. Everybody has thoughts. Everybody doesn't act on those thoughts. But these people try to make we do, because everybody does that shit. And so you will hear it enough to make you think, well, damn, maybe I do, because I had this thought, I wanted to kill that motherfucker, but I just went on about my business. I wanted to choke that stupid motherfucker at work. It's just get on my goddamn nerve. But you don't act on these thoughts. And even if you just get fed up in society and just bust a motherfucker head sometime, you just had it all the way up to here, so it took you 32 years to flip out and just bust them over, or you trying to protect yourself. I'm tired of this. You got your gun, and I'm tired of this. And before they could get you, you pop. So you did one act. They try to make you, oh, you evil, you evil. No. These people commit heinous acts at will every second of the day. Not just every day, every second of the day. Because if you can leave a man incarcerated and you know that this man is not guilty, and you can leave that man in there for 20, 30, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, I'm just leaving, I don't care. Then you're committing this act every second of every day. You're not just doing this one act, because you put on this black robe and now you're sentencing all of these children. You're putting all of these children in here. Every day they're committing crimes. Every day. All throughout the day. So don't compare yourself to these people. Don't let these people tell you that you are what they are. Don't do that shit. Don't do that. But summary justice, meaning other judicial action with the connotation of arbitrary and unfair judgment. Meaning, sometimes they would take you around and beat the life out of you. Or they might railroad you. They'll railroad your motherfucking ass with impunity. They're throwing people in prisons with impunity. I don't know what the stat is, but look at the stat this year for 2027, 2030. Look at the stats and see how many people they project to be in prison at this time. 2025. Next year, 2023. Look and see how many people they project to be in prison. Coronavirus is over. People don't have a reason to say, well, damn, let me out. And these lawyers don't have a reason to help you get out now. These lawyers. Anyway, summary justice, meaning not even worried about the kind of consequences, any kind of consequences, because there are none. For these patty rollers, these police officers, these judges, these district attorneys, these lawyers, there is no judgment. There's no law in this country. There's no such thing as a law. If you got enough money, you're not going to prison. If you got enough money and don't give it to them, you're going to prison. But if you got enough money and you pay these people, you're not going to prison. It's just like back in the days, you could buy yourself out of slavery. It's just that this is just that simple. This is how they set this shit up. You can buy your way. And what we don't know, what nobody told me, what I had to learn was, it's all fucking commerce. We're under commercial law. This is an actual commercial transaction. So for me, for my body, I'm gonna give you this amount of money to hold this motherfucker in this prison right here because he's gonna make me this amount of money. This is a commercial transaction, just like you go to the damn flea market and you buy a pair of fucking slides. We'll get into that later. Now, that's heavy. Now this is what I'm preparing you for, to get into that conversation. See, I can't inform my LinkedIn family about this type. I can't inform a lot of our family, a lot of our different sites that we're part of, that we join, these families on, these communities on social media that we've joined, about these types of conversations that I'm having on here, because a lot of you are not ready for this type of conversation. Yeah, I had an uncle in the joint, yeah, my brother was locked up for a couple of years, yeah, my sister in there now, but a lot of you are still not ready to say, okay, this is my fault, so I need to help this person right here. I'm not gonna say any names, but there was a female basketball player out there, took time off to help get a brother out of prison, man. I'm not gonna put that up. Y'all probably know who I'm talking about, but she took time out of her professional career, the WNBA, because this man was innocent. Sitting in prison, he was innocent the whole time. She took off. Do you know how many of her WNBA associates and other players, you know what I'm saying, came to her side and like, I believe in the Yo, listen to me, man. Listen to me. But the Almighty, He always drops an angel among the different communities, though, because if He didn't, man, this whole world would be, we would be doomed. We already Sodom and Gomorrah. We already, need to build another ark. You know what I'm saying? We're already to that point where, just, you're not even evil, but you just want to follow behind this stupid motherfucker right here. I did the same thing, so I know. I was there. So I'm telling you this now because I'm coming from experience. I'm telling you, God damn, this is what's down that road right there. There's some coming behind me, and they were just as lost and just as blind and just as confused as I was, if not more. If not more, because one thing the Almighty did give me, He did give me a little something right here, so I can see something when it ain't right. This ain't what it's supposed to be. So I might not commit fully to some bullshit. Damn, I'm doing some bullshit, man. My little brother watching me do this. Let me get out of here. My cousin see me over here doing this stupid. Let me get out of here with y'all niggas, man. Let's go over here and do this. Nah, man, go ahead. We good. All right. Let me go over here and do something else, man, because this is fuck shit right here. The Almighty did give me that. A little bit of that to say, okay, hold on, this ain't cool. This ain't cool right here. And other brothers that I've been with throughout this journey, some of them didn't have that. Some of them had it and wouldn't even put it to. They just put it to the side. They wouldn't even put it to like, yo, you right, dog. They wouldn't even, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't challenge it. You right, dog. Fuck it. I'm just. All right, yeah, y'all do y'all. You know where most of them at right now? Oh my God. Do you know what most of them are at? If not all of them. How many have been successful? A very intelligent brother, False L. He's still another brother. He's still back there bidding, man, behind the wall. False L. He once wrote, the most powerful obstacle against the liberation of the African people, which is us. I'm not talking about people in Africa. I'm talking about us. You don't claim your African ancestry because you've been made a Frankenstein out. You can't say that, yeah, this is where my lineage is from. You're a Frankenstein. These people have successfully, stripped you of your everything in here. You don't have you're what they call deaf, dumb, and blind right now, and so you don't have anything up here but a white person's mentality. So of course you cannot claim ancestry to that. You know what I mean? Because you have dark skin, you have melanin in your skin. They have really successfully, like Nicolas Cage, John Travolta, one of my favorite movies, The Face Off. Actually, the only movie that I like with Nicolas Cage in it. They took the whole face. That's what they did. They took your whole head off and put another brain. They took your brain out. Your brain is in a, they got, I don't want to call them, I'm gonna just say build. They got buildings, man, with just rows and rows of brains, man. Rows and rows of brains, man. Google it. I'm not lying to you. But anyway, False L wrote, the most powerful obstacle against the liberation of African peoples from white domination and exploitation is not the ability of whites to use superior military force or police firepower, or their threat to use it against any African insurgency, but it is their ability to engage in unrelenting psychopolitical violence against the collective African psyche. That brother dropped that right there. You hear me? And I told him when he hit me with it, I was like, yo, dog, let me write this down, man. I'm gonna drop that somewhere. And I'm dropping it on you guys because this is the truth. It is the white monopoly on psychic violence that just all through the day. That's why I just told you they commit crimes every second of every day. Psychic violence against our people. And their devastatingly ingenious use of it against the minds of African people, which represent the greatest threat to African survival. That when he let me read that, blew my mind. I was like, yo, dog. He put it in the words for me. This is exactly how I've been feeling. Psychic violence. It's a thing. It's all around us. That's why our daughters grow up now. I'm gonna get me a white boy. I don't even like black men. I don't want no black man. I don't want no black boyfriend. I'm gonna get me a white man. That's why our daughters grow up like that now. Because of this psychic violence. They've seen how they made slaves out of your grandparents. They put your pops in prison or on drugs. They put your brother, they did him, they put him out here in these gangs and made him just terrorize the streets. They terrorized his own family, his own neighborhood, so that they could win. These kids are watching that. They grew up watching this shit. So now I don't want to be associated with you all. I want me a white boy. I want me Janet Jackson. I want to have a white baby. Halle Berry. I want to have a white baby. I ain't gonna keep naming them. Y'all know. I want to have me a white baby. Hey, do your thing. You like it? If you like it, I love it, baby. But now here we on this webpage that I was talking about for all to see. The prideful boasting. I mean, that's what it was. Well, if you will. Boasting, if you will, but that's what it is. It's boasting. But the prideful boasting of these people admitting that their fathers and grandfathers used this physical and psychological violence of whips and the intention to break up of families. I'm gonna send you to this other plantation over here 200 miles away because you act like you're getting too close to this little slave bitch right here, this old black whore right here, this old nigger bitch right here. See what I'm saying? And so they would send you away. Or they would put you in these prisons, or it's all kind of shit. Deprivation of food and other necessities. What's different now? You got all of these women now. Well, we'll give you Section 8. Don't get no job. If you don't get a job and you don't have this man in your house, we'll give you a house and we'll pay this little rent for you. What? We'll give you these food stamps. It's equivalent to money. But we ain't gonna give you that much, but just don't get a job. Okay, so they use this physical and this psychological violence of whips and intentional breakups of families, the beatings, the deprivation of food and other necessities, and the private employment of slave catchers to track down the runaways. That's what That's what they used with the money that they were making off of us. They would pay these, they would save some and pay these goddamn slave catchers. These patty rollers, these police officers, that's what they would do. You know what I'm saying? That's what they were doing. So as these monsters use what they call civic duty as their greatest excuse to terrorize, you know what I'm saying? Any men, women, and children of color, they use this civic duty to terrorize, you know, anything outside of their race, really. Not just, you know, us, but anything outside of their race. And look at what's going on now. We're gonna pay you to attack these Asians. You remember last summer? All the Asians kept getting attacked. Remember the summer before that? All these homosexuals, these LGBTQ, they kept getting attacked. Okay. Okay, but we gotta, you know, they use this civic duty as their greatest excuse to do this. You know, this ideology, this behavior, this sickness, it's all been continually passed down from father to son to son to you know what I mean? This whole time, the entire time, this is what they've been passing down. This type of ideology, you know. So now people are signing up. Yeah, I'm gonna be a police officer. My pop was a police officer. He was on the force for 42 years. Of course, he never missed a day at work. Of course, he's sick at the job. Like, man, shit, I ain't going home. I'll come here. It's wild, yo. Hey, the rabbit hole go way deep now. You dig what I'm saying? The rabbit hole go way deep. But anyway, the question is, if the police was using these tactics way back when, the police, then who's using them now? If the same situations are still happening in our society, who's using them now? But you say defund the police, everybody goes, yeah, we know who's going crazy. Yeah, I mean, I damn sure see these same tactics being used throughout society today. So if the police use them then, who's using them now? who tear gassed, you know, peaceful protesters all summer up here in the Queen City? Peaceful protesters, not even just here, all across the country, peaceful protesters. Who tear gassed them and hit them with rubber bullets, knocking people's eyes out, and who did all of that? To form, do you remember that second one? Was it to I'm gonna read it to you. That second reason why they were formed, to provide a form of organized terror. Why they were ever created in the first place. The patty rollers, to perform, to carry out a form of organized terror. Against who? Against everybody. I mean, you know, at the time, it was slaves. And so, if nothing else has changed, why has that changed? Just because you don't have melanin in your skin, you think you're not a slave? I'm trying to talk to you too now. If you go back to my first post, okay, it was probably a little shaky because, you know, and I tell everybody the situation, you know, I had all of this content. I sent it out to this video editor, and at the time, my bank was BB&T, now Truist. They had just went through the merger, and so they were finally transitioning all their records over, and the bank was shut down, so they wouldn't transfer any money out. And so the video editors actually thought that I was just trying to get over. I was trying to beat them, that, you know. And I was like, let me just send you this cash. Can I just put this in the money? Oh, we got to use this. So I'm like, but listen, you know, this is the situation. I won't be able to pay you until, but this is my initial day of launch. I've been planning this for months and months. I got to go Sunday. Sunday is the day. Well, nothing happened. They had my video. They had the content. They did not edit the video like I wanted it, and had, you know, a little jazzy little opening. This is the Omega Show, and had all these different people. Welcome to the Omega Show, or you're watching the Omega Show, and all of this, you know, all of this type of thing. So, needless to say, I had ripped up all my content because I had it on video. So I don't need it written down anymore. So I ripped it up. So here I am that Sunday with no official video to show you guys. So I had to kind of try to remember what I was saying and how I said it and in what context and put it back together. And I was sitting there like, you know, that was my first show. You know what I'm saying? But if you did watch it, I love you for that, man. I love you for that. And if you're still watching me, trust and believe. And if you get cut off again today, cash money is the prize. You did? First person to call after the show is over. Anyway, but the next question is, when did other whites, I was just saying, when did other whites begin to allow themselves to be targeted by these vile, disgusting militiamen or these patty rollers or these disgusting human beings? They're human beings. When did, you know, and you know, while we're on that topic, while we're right here, and you get to see more and more behind this veil, you'll see that these are not human beings. But anyway, at what point did the militia, these patrollers, these patty rollers, when did they begin to flip on their own race? Because now it's not just black people. It's not just the slave anymore. Or is it? But it's not color. Trust and believe is not just color. Trust and believe when I tell you that. But was it when the power started going to their heads, these politicians, these people that were paying the patty rolls back then, these people that were forming these different unions in these different districts in these different states off of slave labor, and they started appointing themselves mayor and governor, and that's what I want to talk about. The governors and all these different politicians, the senators, these politicians. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand. These are the people that have made you think that I'm your enemy. These people are making you think that these nationalities are your enemy. You should hate these Chinese, this China virus. You know, this China virus, this came from. So what? We're attacking Asians now? Is that what we're doing? Are we attacking gays now? Is that what we're doing? We're attacking anybody smaller than us? Is that what we're doing? That's what we've been doing, y'all. So the question is, at what point did the militia begin to flip on their own race? You think what I'm saying? When did that happen? Was it when the power structure started changing? Was it when the power started going to their heads? The average man started wanting to be a part of this political scene because he said, well, damn, yo, I see what y'all doing, man. I got a little money too, so you're not going to do me like that. Matter of fact, you're not going to do my community like that. So there were people that was actually standing up. There were people that were really standing up to these politicians. So now, you know, in the Senate, even on Capitol Hill, you got different factions. You know what I'm saying? Up in Raleigh right here. Whatever state you're in, you got different factions in these politicians are different factions. Now, I'm not just talking about red and blue, this Democrat and Republican bullshit. Now, I'm just not talking about that shit right here. Playing ass shit. If you do your research, it was all one party back in the day. The Republic or the Democratic Party or however the hell it was. It was just one party. It's all this smoke screen shit. You don't want to smoke up your nose again, man. These people are very slick. And you remember what I told you? They get slicker and trickier. And they're getting you to flip on your neighbor. You see what I'm saying? They're getting slicker and trickier. And they're getting you to feel more and more vulnerable. And needing them more. The police and the politicians, y'all need to make new laws for this and this. So that's all they do. They go in these fucking rooms and they come up with more and more laws, and the laws ain't doing nothing. You remember I told you the statutes? Do you remember when I told you the statutes? The source of the law cannot have the law turned against it. The source of the law in this country is the citizen of the states. It's us, you guys. It's us. So if you cannot have the source of the law turned against you, why are we so afraid of going to jail these days? Or why are they continuously locking our ass up in the first place? Your kids. You know who I saw in there? I saw your kids in there. I saw some daddies in there that had kids that were breaking the law just to come in there and be with them. I saw daddies in there that were creating kids on state while they were in there. It's a terrible thing, man. This shit is happening though. Historian Sally Haddon once wrote, "The history of police work grows out of this early fascination with what African American slaves were doing." So more and more of these people sign up. Yeah, I'll be a patty roller. I will watch these motherfuckers and see what they're doing and beat them back in line. And hell yeah, I'll do that. You gonna pay me? Oh shit. These are the fucking barbaric people I was telling you about. They get to exercise their fucked up, vile, evil, disgusting nature. They get to exercise. I get to just beat a motherfucker silly and I get to do all, you know what I'm saying? Remember what I said last week? It might have been the week before, but remember when I said they only say that they're racist. 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 I'm going to say it in 30 different forms so you get it. They only say that they're racist. They only say that they're racist. At any point in history, you can see these people's fascination with those with melanin in their skin. Because we had plenty of places where we've been at just cold chilling. I mean, just fish fries and whatever the hell we were doing. Just cooling. Gold in our nose and just, you know what I'm saying? Just cooling. And here they come fucking with us. It's been plenty. You can look all the way back to history. And here they come fucking with us. So, if you could just see this, you can see that, you know, you like racist. You know, how can you be racist if I want to be around you? I want to be with you all day. I want you in my house. I might want you to feed me, but shit, I want my wife to cook for me. It's a fucking difference. How do I hate you? If I don't like you, know this your goddamn self. You know, if you don't like a motherfucker, you will not be around that motherfucker all day. You know that. You're not going to be around this bitch, right? You're going to find any way possible to get away around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. But anyway, they've always had this fascination with those with melanin in the skin, because at no point have these people left us to be who and what we were. You know what I'm saying? What we are. No point. So that God-like peaceful nature, oh no. We're coming in. We're gonna change that shit. And so they've been creating Frankensteins, you know, whatever. But they have always savagely and barbarically came to wherever we were in our peaceful God-like status and offered us this psychic violence. Like Brother Forsell was saying, this psychic violence, this psychic socio-political violence and physical violence. But let's remember that our continued topic is North Carolina's criminal justice system. North Carolina's criminal justice system. That's our continued topic. So this webpage is telling you that as blatantly as they can, as blatantly as possible, they're saying that even though these patty rolls first started in 1704 in South Carolina or in Virginia, let's look at that leadership team down there now in South Carolina. We'll just say South Carolina. Henry McMaster, Lindsey got them Graham. They look like, you can look at these brothers like, damn, I can tell you come from a slave holding family, motherfucker. You look like you got some slaves in the back right now. Let's check your property, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You remember the bull? I don't know if you remember the guy, Todd, whatever. Motherfucker had so much money, had these big buildings and land and property all over, man. He had dead bodies, he had women up under the ground and tortured and tied up. Watch them people in South Carolina, man. You know what I'm saying? But I got mad love for people in South Carolina. It's just these politicians and these demons, man. I told you, they're not really. When you peek behind the veil, you see these not really people. Let me ask you this: Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know how many of you have seen the original. I just so happen to be old enough to have seen the original. That was original footage. That was real footage at the beginning of the movie. Real footage. So this really happened. It's not just some old Hollywood shit. This really happened. Eating people, savage shit. Just everybody come through that street. They, you know what I'm saying? Let me ask you this: you think that that's just the average? You think everybody think like that? I tell you, they'll make you think that everybody think like that. You keep listening to this shit. But anyway, we're gonna keep moving, y'all. As these organizations and their shit tactics, their scare tactics, you know, if inadvertently, if these things have come from the Fugitive Slave Act, then what pushed them to continue their terroristic ways by forming a Klan? When these petty roller cliques, when they start breaking up and disbanding, you know, a few years went by and these are who the Klan were. These are the people that, you know, that formed the Klan. You know what I'm saying? But what pushed them to that? What pushed them to continue these terroristic ways? Just hit them, baby. Just hit them. Just hateful nation, man. But like I told you, these are not human beings. So anyway, I'm gonna touch up on it. I gotta take it through stages. We gotta shift gears, baby. We can't go from one to three. You know what I'm saying? We gotta shift to two now. We gotta high shift to two now. But yep, the police, the mayor, they were the Klan. But here's the bonus question. Here's the bonus question for all of you right now. Can anybody tell me what church these people belong to? Can you tell me what church these people belong to? If you can tell me what church originally started the Klan, that's a free $50 today. Not tomorrow, today. Free $50. I'm going to send it right to you right today. You know what I'm saying? If not today, in the morning, as soon as the post office open up, I'm going to send it to you in the morning. $50, man. Straight certified, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? What do they call it? The straight certified money order. I'm going to, you know, however you wanted me to send it to you, I'll send it to you. You know, speaking of getaways, you know, like I was telling you about last week, you know, I've been running kind of behind, so I didn't get anything. Same thing applies. This week's gift is cash money. First person that calls after the show, cash money. I usually, you know, the thing I usually give out between $40 and $60, you know, so $50 cash money right now, just for rocking with me. First person to call, you know, it's like the radio station. They give you shit all the time, you know what I mean? You ain't got to be the 7th caller, the 248th caller, whatever, just first caller, and I got you. Because I appreciate that love, y'all. I appreciate this love, because like I said, I know this is not the most interesting topic, you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people like, shit, I hate to even open up this, you know, because it involves struggle. It involves a motherfucking war. Like, I gotta fight to get my motherfucking freedom. You telling me I ain't got my freedom, I gotta fight to get it. I'ma just, you know, like the motherfucker told Neo, man, you can take the red pill, you know what I'm saying, or you can see what's really real, or you can take the blue pill, man, just wake up in your bed in the morning, you dig? Just go back to work. Part of the game. You part of the American dream anyway. This is what you want. You know, the house, go pay for the damn house, go pay for the house, go pay for the car, the truck, you know, this is what you want. Take the kids out on the weekend and buy them some little shit, go out to eat at the restaurant, do it all again Monday morning. This is what you want. Take the blue pill, y'all. You ain't got no business watching this shit anyway. If you want a blue pill, this all riggedy raw right here. You know what Future, I'm out of Future with you know what St. John said on that roses, man? Fuck with a nigga raw. Fuck with me raw. This is how it is. I'm not sugarcoating. This is how it is. This is how it's going down. These people trying to lock your ass up. They trying to lock your kids up. They trying to lock your kids up. They trying to lock your kids up and let them have kids while they locked up. You dig what I'm saying? This is real. This is real shit. So if you're not feeling it, get off this channel. It's real. Alright? But if you enter, you really hearing it, brother? Fuck with a nigga raw, man. It's real. Give me a listen. Open your ears, open your eyes, and kind of dust that third eye off. Dust it off. I ain't gonna say open it. It's already open. Just dust that shit off, man. You know what I'm saying? Dust it off and rock with me. See what I'm saying. Don't hear what I'm saying. See what I'm saying. And feel what I'm telling you. Use more senses than just sight, man, because you can't always go by sight. You gotta hear, you gotta see, you gotta get and feel. That's our sixth sense. We got the sense of touch, but you gotta feel. See what I'm saying? We got that sixth sense. Don't believe just women got women intuition. Everything on this planet that was born of God got that sixth sense. And cats ain't the only motherfuckers that got it. Trust me, please. But anyway, for all of those of you that haven't been with me from the beginning, like I was just saying, every show, after every show, the first caller, I just drop something on you. It's usually a little gift. I appreciate you joining me. I appreciate you, tuning in. Sunday afternoon is pretty out here. You could be doing anything in the world. Maybe you'll catch it on a different day. I'm on the gram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. So maybe you'll catch it sometime during the week. Whenever you see me, ride with me. You see what I'm saying? Ride with me. My topic today was the slave catchers, the paddy rollers, the police force of the past, their initial beginnings, their first steps, their first stages. I haven't been really speaking on the police of this day's times, but I have made mention that there's no difference if you look at society. The things that I've been spitting about, the same shit that's going on now. So just because a man right here, he got a nice ass, Audi, you know what I'm saying, tinted out, kitted out, we're not in slavery anymore. I'm telling you, in the Constitution, it says, if you go to prison, you are a slave. It don't say you could be labor. It says you are a slave. They get free slave labor out of your ass when you go to prison. So, obviously, now the intelligent mind, and even the commonsensical mind, just the common sense God gave you will let you know that, yes, if a businessman says I can get some free labor, I'm going to capitalize off of it. Now, you already see they're sending all these manufacturing jobs to China, India, wherever, Pakistan, Bangladesh, wherever, so they can get cheap labor. You already see that. So if they can get free labor, why would they not? They're taking jobs out of these communities, not giving a damn if the mother and the father can raise little Joey, you know what I'm saying, and little Jennifer, not even giving a damn if that, because we don't want to pay these high ass taxes. Sure, whatever. But if they can get away with that, why would you not think that these motherfuckers want free labor? So of course they're gonna make a way. They're gonna create ways to lock up your kids, man. So that's all I'm talking about, yo. I'm dropping it about how they're creating generational slavery out of your children, man. And it's fucking sad. But I've seen it. I bear witness to it. So I'm not telling you shit that I read in some fucking book, that I seen on some fucking TV show, that somebody told me about on the phone. No. I'm telling you about actual factual shit that's going on in your communities. They're putting these drugs in your children's hands so they can fall victim. Okay, I raised little Jimmy, little Jennifer, I raised them better than that. But now, if one of them or both of them are methed out, or they snorted out, they're not thinking clearly. Trust me when I tell you, they're not thinking clearly. And so guess what's going on? Guess who I met in them prisons, yo? Your kids, man. Your kids is in there. They hurting. Of course you don't care because you keep selling them out, but I'm just telling you, I'm just not judging, baby. I'm just pointing out the problem. Your children are hurting, they're suffering, and if I say, well, look at what they're doing, they're committing higher and higher rates of suicide. Oh, get them off there, don't let them say that, because you don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. They're out here killing themselves because of the world that you are creating. There are states There are cities that have what they call suicide clusters. That's where a lot of kids get together and do it, kill themselves together, commit suicide together, or one after the other. Oh, I heard such and such did it. Y'all heard about such and such? He did it. Man, I think I'm gonna do it. That's what's going on. Your kids. That's why I tell you all the time. You know, some of you don't care, and you shouldn't be watching this channel anyway. You shouldn't be on my shit anyway if you don't care, because I feel like you're disgusting. You're disgusting. Because I had one of those mothers that didn't give a fuck about me. I had one of those fathers that couldn't stay home, you know, just enough to just give me any type of love. So, you know, that's who the streets fucking raised me. And I'm not sad. I don't point the finger and say, she was a bad mother, he was a bad father. I don't, no. People had their own issues. People went through what they went through. I'm telling you what I went through, because these politicians are creating generational slavery out of your children. Now, maybe my mother and father wasn't up on this type of thing, what I'm telling you. Maybe they didn't know that there was a problem. So it goes back to what I just told you. I'm not judging, I'm not criticizing, I'm just telling you there's a problem, because some people don't know. So I don't fault my mother and father, because maybe they didn't know. But now, if I put it out here, because the Almighty Jah, living God, he says, this is the age of enlightenment. For 2,000 years, you're stuck in this age. You're stuck under this age. You're stuck throughout this age. And you will know the truth. Now, what you do with the truth will form latter consequences. Just that simple. Then, if you know, and I know you knew, and I knew you know, that's a different thing. Now I can point my finger and say, this motherfucker, slimy piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like when the January 6th thing was popping off, some of the kids was calling, yeah, that's my pop right there. He was the one in that green jacket. Yeah. Because she knows, or he knows, my mom and daddy know better than this shit. They know fucking better. They raised me better. And look at this shit right here. Look at what the fuck they out here doing. Yeah. But if you don't know, and if they don't know, it's a whole different story. So the truth of the matter is, we really got to defund the police, y'all. We got to defund the police. And if you get mad at me for saying that, you know, excuse me, if you get mad at me for saying that, I'm sorry. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? But the only ones that are going to say that is the ones that are not slaves, or the ones that have these jobs, or the ones that, you know, or not black or Asian. Well, I met some of us in there that was, yes sir, boss, yes sir, boss. I met some of them hopping bob ass niggas behind the wall. Yeah, I met them. And I'm like, damn, God, you too? You a weak ass motherfucker. You too, hopping bob nigga. You know, my brother Malcolm said, I encourage all of y'all, go watch that Spike Lee movie, Malcolm X, you know. And there was one point in there, Brother Malcolm, I think he was like on a TV part, like it was showing a TV screen, like he was on TV, and that's what he was saying. He was talking about Martin Luther King. He was like, yo, we don't need these hopping bob ass niggas out here. But, you know, he wasn't, you know, look at it in the context that it was. Don't just say, well, you saying about Brother Malcolm. No. Just look at it in the context it was. Because we really got to get on some Malcolm X shit right now, man. You know what I'm saying? We really do. By any means necessary, because you know, it's a lot more nicer cars riding around on the roads, but we getting worse, man. I would say get worse and worse. The politicians, they behind the scenes, man. They in these secret meetings, in these secret chambers, in these fucking Mason meetings, and they plotting, y'all. So you can act like, you know what I'm saying? You can act like, oh no, that's my brother. We part of the same. You can act like whatever you want to act like. I'm dropping truth, dog. I mean, ain't no way around it. It ain't no right or wrong. So I'm not trying to say this is what I want to put out there so you can get on the right side or the wrong side. I'm just telling you, this is truth. This is what's popping. This is how your future consequences. This is where your future consequences are going to come from what you do after today, after you learn this. This is where your future consequences are going to come from. Even if you are one of the children that have been growing up in that generational slavery, the same thing. It's on you now, because I'm giving it to you. This is why I'm here for the kids. The mothers and the fathers, they've lived their lives, and some of them are sitting around just waiting to die. Some of them are enjoying the fruits of all the years that they've been working, and they out. And I see a lot of these old motherfuckers, Corvettes, brand new Corvettes with brand new rims on them, brand new trucks sitting up. I see a lot of that shit. So it's really on the kids. I'm here for the youth, the ones younger than me, under my age. There's some kids my age and older, but a lot of them they're not trying to change nothing. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to change shit. They're not trying to, what I'm trying to say is, we gotta build a better world for our next generation, our kids, our grandkids. If you're on this earth right now, and if you ever picked up a Bible, biblical history. This is, like them old people always, it's the last day in time. Yeah, this is actually it right here. They always have been blowing smoke, but now it's actually it. This is the age of enlightenment, this 2,000-year period. And then, but it's a good thing. We always going to be here. God, what I'm telling you is God will wipe this thing clean now. He'll wipe this slate clean, just like on the Etch-a-Sketch. You remember the Etch-a-Sketch? You shake that bad boy and wipe it clean and draw something else. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling you. And so me, I'm praying for my people. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying for my, the Almighty says, I left breadcrumbs all across the world. For every race, I gave them a way back to salvation. Every race, I gave them a way back to salvation. Now, they refuse to partake, or if they don't want to do what I'm asking them to do of them, this is what the Almighty is saying. I left you. You can't say that. No. You can't say that you didn't know, because I left you a way back to salvation, back into my graces. Read your book, man. Read your book. Whatever book you got, I've studied with you. I've studied under you. Whatever book you got, I've studied some of your stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I know a little bit about everything, so I know it's in there. I know it's in there. I've seen it myself. Whatever you into, whatever you claim, I've seen it myself. So, defund the police, y'all. I mean, what do they do anyway? They come to a scene after this nigga done shot this nigga, or this white guy done murdered this white guy, or this guy, something done happened. Come to the scene. Do you know in my situation, my case, there was no victim, there were no witnesses, there was nothing. It was some blood on the ground. Well, this is what must have happened. My blood was on the ground too, though. I got in the fight. My blood was on the ground too, though. Yeah, came out in trial. I got in the fight. So 2-3 months later, you want to add all this extra shit. Oh, he did this too. This is what we think happened like this here. They were nowhere around. The police were nowhere around. But anyway, they come to the scene after all parties have left the scene. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's there. They stand around and look tough, and they tell everybody in the neighborhood, well, look, check this out. Now they're gonna intimidate you because they already 50 deep, and they got lights that'll light up the 3 communities, the surrounding area. You know what I'm saying? Everything around you is lit up with all these lights. And you're like, what the hell's going on down here? 2 miles down the road. Like, what the fuck? I ain't going down there. What the hell happened down there? They intimidate you because that's one of their functions, to provide a form of organized terror. So 2-3 in the morning, if you saw these damn lights and all these cars and all these big motherfucking burly motherfuckers, like, you're gonna be kind of terrorized. But that's what they do. They come to the scene and they pull up on you and they say, well, if you seen what happened, you need to tell it, or we'll give you some money. Just go tell it. What you see? What happened? They don't know. How do they know? They don't know. You watch this NCIS and this NIC and all the other crazy ACIs and all the other police shows, and guess what? They put shit together. They finding shit out, and they stringing things, and they're like, God damn, man, listen, man, Scooby and Velma and Shaggy were smarter than these motherfuckers. Man, come on, man. But what I'm saying, they pull up on you and they tell you to tell what happened that made this, that committed this tragedy. Who committed this tragedy? What happened right here? That's what they do. They pull up on you, or maybe they might arrest. I've seen situations where they try to arrest the person that called them. We called them on these motherfuckers and they try to arrest them. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, I've seen that. Because it happens. Not just once or twice. I've seen that. You know what I'm saying? You know, but they might try to arrest the most obvious person that is not. The most obvious person that it is, they might give them a fucking high five. Yo, all right, wait, what you see? Yeah, okay, that's what happened? Okay. And this is the motherfucker who committed the crime. And they, you know, but they might even come to the scene with an already twitchy finger, you know, little twitchy finger right here. I'm ready to pop something anyway. Little young gun-ho motherfucker, he juiced up on all this goddamn, been working out and shooting up and eating all this goddamn powder and pumping these pills, and he geeked up anyway with a goddamn gun on his hip. Guess how hard it is for you and me, the average citizen, the source of the law. Guess how hard it is for us to have a legitimately registered pistol. We got to go to them and fill out a piece of paper that says, I want to file for a gun permit. So you know, when they see me, you already know what the fuck they go. You know what they gonna say, like, oh well, yeah, just fill this out. And they look at each other like, man, motherfucker right here, you get no goddamn pistol. Nigga, you better go get you one off the street, $30, $20, nigga, we ain't getting you shit. No, not legally, not registered, dog, no. That's what they're saying. I know it. But the source of the law, we should not have that problem. The citizens of the states, we should not have that problem. What the fuck do they do? So I'm asking you, if they come on the scene with these twitchy fingers, don't you know that they already got this game established between them? Who gonna kill the most motherfucking niggas on the street? You know what I'm saying? Like them little goddamn shoot 'em up games on the Sega and the Coleco and the PlayStation and the goddamn Xbox and all these games we grew up with. Boom, 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 boom. That's all we are, man. Fucking points, man. We points. So guess what Bill Clinton did? Oh, y'all motherfuckers talking he's such a great president. Y'all ain't shit. Bill Clinton was some shit. He made it to where now they locking up our fucking daughters. They're locking up our wives, man, our sisters. It was just us. It was the guys. It was the men. We were dealing with it. Now it was the goddamn women. They're locking up our fucking women. Yo, man, listen, that's all I'm going to do for this week right here. You dig? That's all I'm going to do for this week. I love y'all, man. You know, I'm gonna just drop it off right here. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Nothing but love. You dig what I'm saying? Nothing but love. Now, like I said, the first drop after the show was over, the first drop, you get this $50, man. Plus $50 for whoever can tell me what church the Klan started in. You know what I'm saying? What church formed the Klan? These police and mayors and all these different local militiamen hoods. What church were they in? You know what I'm saying? All of them got them clicked up. They were partners. They were, you know, this was their thing. This is how they started this shit. Tell me what church they were from. That's another $50. But we're gonna keep it going next week. I'm a little late dropping today. Life happens, baby. Life happens. Appreciate you for rocking with me. Love y'all, man. Love y'all. Mulan. Yo, love you. Thanks for dropping in on me. Love you. I didn't hear from you the other day, but you know what I'm saying? I know you get busy too. YouTube, love y'all, man.